The people want to know, what are Woodsy's tips when it comes to Hyrox doubles? But I didn't want to just give you observational advice, so I had to do a Hyrox doubles. We did Hyrox mixed doubles in Birmingham and we absolutely smashed it. In an hour, 2 minutes, we came second in our age group and 10th overall. And here is what we learned. So a lot of people see doubles as an easier option because you share the workload on the stations. And from an entry kind of beginner standpoint, I think it is. It's a great fun way to get into the sport. But when you're pushing for a fast time, I wouldn't say it's easier than a singles. It's just a different kind of pain. If you are doing it for fun, then split the stations up 50-50, cheer each other on and have a great time. But if you really want to improve your time, I'm going to go through the race station by station with my best advice if you're looking to, kind of make some tactical moves, especially in the UK races. But I think most places now, you're going to have to dodge and weave to beat through the crowd. I think here you need to choose who is going to lead that first run and who is going to stay behind, and then go single file. So the person behind stays on your partner's heels and the person in front just has to trust that they're going to be there. Choose your line and then go from there. It just doesn't work well if you're side by side and you have to keep dropping back and forward and splitting. It's easy to get split up that way. Coming on to the ski erg, the big rule that they've enforced with the ski erg is that you can't pass over the handles. It's kind of annoying, but you have to let them go. When you do your changeover, make sure that that last pull is a really big one to keep the flywheel spinning. And then when you let go of your handles, make sure that you let them go at the top, so you're almost placing them back and not letting them just fly up where they can easily flick over the machine or get tangled. The changeovers are actually quite easy and quite quick. So on the ski, I would recommend changing over frequently, probably somewhere between 30 and 90 seconds each. For us, I did 300 meters and my partner Gemma did 200 meters and we changed twice. If you are doing mixed doubles or one of you is a bigger, taller athlete, they will likely be able to hold a faster pace more easily. So get them to do a little bit more work, but just be aware that it will still impact their next run. So the way we broke it up and the way we kind of did it on most stations was I would do a little bit more work on the stations, but Gemma would finish the exercise and that would give me a little bit of breathing time before getting onto the run. For the sled push, again, the bigger athlete will find it easier, but a common mistake is for the stronger athlete to just absolutely blitz the whole thing or do a really big chunk in one go, and which it might be quicker, but then they're going to be absolutely gassed and the other partner is going to be dragging them round on the run. So short bursts and change over frequently. Don't be afraid to adapt on the fly, because we all know those sleds can feel very different on the day. The way we did it, we kind of roughly broke it into 1 length for me and half a length for Gemma. And then we changed about 4 or 5 times. So we never had a really extended push where you build up that lactic acid and that pump. So it was just like a quick burst, change over, quick burst, change over. For the sled pull, I have done a breakdown video on this, on the most efficient way to pull. So you can check that out. What I would say is when doing the mixed doubles, because I've been used to doing a pro weight coming down to the open weight, I could use my arms more without them burning up. But if you are struggling at all with pulling arms only, then I would definitely check out the walk it back method. It's important to be deliberate with your actions when moving with the rope. Go smoothly, manage the rope and hustle between the ends. We split up pretty much 50-50. Again, if you've got a partner that is stronger, then you might want them to do more of the work here. But be careful, because if you look at it from a big picture perspective, if you've already got them to do more work on the ski and the push, it might be catching up by now. At least that was the case for me. So we kind of split it a little bit more 50-50. Key rules to look out for: partners can't manage the rope, they aren't allowed to touch it, so only one person can be pulling at a time. And you can't start pulling until your partner is on the same side behind the line. So even if you are tired, make sure that you hustle down to the other end and then rest at that end. Onto the burpee broad jumps. Now, this is where bigger, taller guys tend to struggle and lighter, shorter athletes excel. So for changeovers, we played around with things like doing it really frequently, even like every 2, but I think it just doesn't give either of you enough of a break. I think, like the sled push, it's good to go hard and fast and then swap over before you start to feel fatigue or you start to slow down. In our case, Gemma would do about 7 reps and I'd do 4 to 5 kind of big ones, but we did just kind of communicate and switch when we needed to. I started off by doing the step up jump technique, but once I was a little bit more recovered, I found it was quicker to jump up and jump into the next one. Again, if you want tips on that, I have a deep dive burpee video, so you can check that out. Key doubles rules: when resting, partners must stay behind or in line with the working partner. You can't walk out ahead. Before we go any further, I just want to let you know about my Hyrox Race Ready program. It is an 8-week program that consists of strength workouts, running workouts, and metabolic conditioning workouts, all structured specifically to improve your Hyrox. And all of them have video tutorials that not only explain what to do, but why you are doing it so that you can understand how to become a better athlete. If you are interested, you can check it out on my website at coactiveperformance.com. Now let's get back to the race where we were onto the rower. Now, by this time, I was really pushing myself to keep a decent time on the runs, and I used the rower as a chance to recover. I went first and I knew that I could hold around 150 pace and still be able to bring my heart rate down. And because of that is kind of an easy pace for me and a hard pace for my partner, I did most of the row. It's something to definitely compare in training, because there's no point one of you struggling to hold a pace that the other one finds easy. This way we were both recovering. And I changed at 750 meters, which gave me just enough time to take a gel and some water before my next run. Note, because the rower takes about 5 to 10 seconds to swap over, it's probably best to limit it to just one changeover, because you'll have a real job trying to row that 10 seconds quicker to save time. With the farmer carries, there's not much to go on here. I try to keep it to one change. We did 2, but that was mostly my fault because I should have gone a little bit further with my first set. When you do change over, the person that is carrying them should just put them down and keep moving forward so that you get out of the way quickly, and that allows your partner to just come from behind, grab them, and then plow straight ahead. For the lunges, we split them up evenly, although I think I probably should have given more to Gemma because she was absolutely rapid. For the changeovers, I would grab the edges of the bag, lift it over my head and then onto my partner's back. And then I'd do the same to take it off. I'd grab it off her back, over my head, and then onto my shoulders. And I found that worked best. I would definitely get the taller person to pass it over, grab it back. It just kind of saves time, stops that hassle of kind of not knowing where to grab it and what. And then the last run in doubles, I think, is really important. This is where we really ramped things up, because when it comes to the doubles, the wall balls, there is a limit to how fast you can go on them. You can shave a few seconds off by being really efficient with your changeovers and have a fast cycle speed. But if you look at like the data, the results, there's only sort of 30 seconds separating the top 50 times on the wall balls, whereas there is more like 2 minutes separating the top 50 times on the last run. So what you want to do is make your move on the run, use that last bit of energy, that last kick on the run before, and then even if it means making your first couple of sets a bit shorter, just holding on with the wall balls. It's not going to get any worse. You just want to, cruise in and then just make your swapping over as efficient as possible. Some key rules to remember when swapping over: you can't catch the ball in the air, you have to let it drop to the floor, and then when you start your reps, you have to start from a standing position and then squat down into your rep. You can't pick it up from the floor and then throw it straight away. And then also your partner has to wait facing you behind the rig, just to be out of the way of the judges or anyone that is looking to run past. So that's my advice for doubles. Obviously, I've only done one race and I think there is some more to learn, but we have now qualified for World Championships in Nice. So I'll be sure to get in some more practice and I'll keep you guys up to date on any tips that I pick up along the way. But if you have any tips for me, please do drop them in the comments. If you want to stay up to date with us, then you can follow me or Gemma on Instagram. And if you are interested in a Hyrox program or guide, check out coactiveperformance.com. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.